Hey, how's it going? Uh, Out here, ready to cover some more topics or another topic. Uh, I hope everybody is doing fine, and I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Monday afternoon. I've been trying to get around to do this video, and I sure hope I can bring the things out that I would like to bring out. So just bear with me. Yeah, I've been thinking lately, and I listen to a lot of preachers say a lot of things, and some of the things they somehow irritate me. It's not that they say anything wrong. I just feel like we're saying something and it's not getting to the point. It's not reaching people. I feel like we talk Christianese and have trouble communicating what needs to be said. And that is when we talk about dying to the flesh and the spiritual versus the flesh. So I want to bring some things out. You know, if I was to go up to some gentleman, and this gentleman, his life consists of every weekend he goes up to the bar, picks him up a woman, comes home with him. They spend the night together. He drinks some, and he may, do drugs. He may do whatever. But in his mind, he's fulfilling what he thinks is a good thing to the flesh. Now, with that, yeah, if I want to talk to him about Jesus, he's going to be, now wait a minute. You're telling me I need to give up these women and the alcohol, the drugs and things. I need to give that up for Jesus. Instead of going out and having a good time and doing these things, you want me to read the Bible and go to church and pray? To them, that's the farthest thing from their mind. I mean, they can't fathom that, because spiritual things and earthly things, they don't work together. Now the thing is, a person, they may ask, and what kind of trade would I make if I traded this lifestyle? Are you going to offer me something that makes me feel better? No, I don't think I could offer something that makes you feel better. Not in the physical. No, because it's not about the physical. It's not about the physical pleasure. So, just like a child, when they're down on the ground, I use this analogy a lot. When they're down on the ground, they're playing with a little truck, pushing around, vroom, 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 having fun with it. And you say, "Hey, how'd you like to go out on a date Friday night?" They go, "What?" They cannot relate to that, because that is a totally different concept. And that is the same way many times when someone is trying to relate something spiritual to someone who is total in the carnal things of life. They don't get that. Okay? And we don't always explain that real well. Now, for instance, if a person lived in the carnal lifestyle all of their life, eventually that's going to come to an end, and all that pleasure is going to stop. And what will they have? They have nothing, no eternal value. So, but I missed a point. Now, someone may ask, well, why can't I go ahead and live the way I want? Why can't God let me into heaven? Well, I'll tell you. Because if your nature does not change, and you still have that carnal nature, and you were to be in heaven with that carnal nature, it's like a bad apple. It will make heaven not heaven, so to speak. It will contaminate heaven. So God, that's what happened before when Lucifer was there. I mean, it was war. He totally tried to destroy everything. So to be able to go there, you must put on the wedding garments. You need to have the nature of Christ, and that's why he died, so you could take on his nature, so you could live forever with him in heaven. You cannot take the nature of flesh to heaven. Well, someone may say, why can't I just wait till right before I die and then I can do that? There are deathbed experiences. However, if you don't want Jesus now, why would you want him then? It takes a change of the heart. It takes a change of the nature. It is totally different from the flesh. That's the point I'm trying to get across. That the things in the flesh and blood do not inherit heaven. And those things, someday, those things that can satisfy your flesh, the sensations that you can have, are only for a moment on the clock, on the timeline of eternity. If you for 80 years could have a giant party all your life, have a harem, have everything you want, all the fleshly excitement you want for 80 years or 90 years, and then you die, you will go into eternity lost. And then, this is somewhat my version, what I think. You go into eternity into, okay, people call it hell, but anyway, your desires, all those fleshly desires, everything that you were attached to, will pull you down to a place where it will be so intensified. The things you once wanted, the cravings will be so intensified. They will burn. Whether there's actual flames, I'm not here to argue that point. It talks about flames, but you will burn from, if you was an addict on alcohol, you will burn from your craving. You want it more than you ever wanted. And there will be no love. God will not be present. And the depression, people who are depressed here on earth go to heaven, go to hell, the depression will be intensified. So horrible. Because you attached yourself to the things of the earth and did not change your nature. Whereas if you change your nature and attach yourself to the kingdom of God, you then find a peace. It is a peace of God. You get the peace of mind, the fruit of the Spirit, the joy, true joy, a pure conscience, love. You get those things. And you can live forever in that attitude, in that place. And again, if someone wants the flesh and they don't realize their need to change, their need for Christ, it's hard to get that point across. And I know I'm missing points, but I'm trying to get the point across about there's so much difference between carnal mind, a spirit mind. And again, people say, well, what have you got to offer? It's the peace. You may become a Christian, and you may fight the rest of your life against the flesh. You may try to do everything you can to die to the flesh, to live to the Spirit. And even, I'm going to say even if you were a miserable man for 80 years, you will have peace for eternity. Again, our life on this earth is nothing. It is nothing. It may seem like it now, but it is nothing in the timeline of eternity. So what I'm saying is, invest. If you invest in something, you get a return. If you invest in your flesh, you get a return of death. If you invest in eternity, you get a return of eternity with God. If you invest in the godly things of eternity, let me get that right. Again, I feel like I'm missing something. So what do you wish to invest? Are the things of this world so important to grab a hold of? Because there's always that void there. God created us, and He left a place for Him. And at the time of the fall of man, there was a void created. That without God, there is a void. You're always lacking something. You're always missing something. You cannot be fulfilled. You can't get enough alcohol. You can't get enough drugs. You can't get enough women. You can't get enough of sensational things in this world. You can't get enough fun. You can't get enough. You're never satisfied. Well, maybe for a real, very, very, very short time period. Can't even think of the scripture now. I know it, but I can't think about it, where it talks about sin. Sin is enjoyable for a season, then it's gone. So I hope I sort of brought these things across. Now we have the same issue with Christians who want to be superficial. When I say that, they just want to go la through life and not really sell out to really seek God. They want God in one hand and the world in the other. That's another subject. But I'm hoping I said something that if someone is watching and they want to understand spiritual things, they want to understand what everlasting life is. It is not the pleasures of the flesh. The flesh dies and has no eternal positive future. Again, after I get done here, I'll probably think, I should have said this, I should have said this, I should have said that. But anyway, I'm hoping I got the point across. The physical and the spirit are two different thoughts. The spiritual things are foolish to a carnal man. God has a lot to offer. And I want anybody watching this, I want them to be in heaven. Oh, I'd love it if it affected somebody's soul and said, I watched this video and it made me think. And I sought after God and I was saved. And in heaven we can talk about it a couple million years. Where will you be 100 years from now? Where will you be 200 years from now? Where will you be 1,000,000 years from now? Will you be forever regretting what you did? Or will you be forever praising God and thanking Him and enjoying eternity? If you were to die without God, do you have anything that'll be worthwhile? No. Invest in what is eternal. I hope I got the points across. And I hope to see y'all in heaven. And I'll try to come back with another video as soon as God gives me something to talk about. I try to come on here. I'm getting some more views on YouTube when I put this on YouTube, and that excites me. And sometimes I wonder, should I even be doing this? But if one person can get the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ, it's all worth it. I'm hoping to start doing some music on here. It just takes me a little time. I'm a little older than I used to be. So I hope everybody has a blessed week, and seek God. Seek His peace, His joy, His love. Seek after Him. Thank you.